Welcome back to our channel. Today, we take a nostalgic journey into the fascinating life of Leon Askin, the talented actor behind the unforgettable General Burkhalter from Hogan's Heroes. Known for his commanding presence, sharp wit, and impeccable portrayal of the larger-than-life character, Askin brought depth and nuance to a role often misunderstood by many. But beyond the military uniform and the commanding bark lay a man with an extraordinary story, one filled with resilience, creativity, and triumph against unimaginable odds. From his early days in Austria to his escape from the horrors of World War II, and his eventual rise as a Hollywood star, Leon Askin's life was as remarkable as the characters he played. Join us as we uncover the untold chapters of his journey, from stage to screen, and the personal triumphs that defined his legacy. Childhood and early life. Let's step back in time to the streets of Vienna, Austria, in 1907, a city filled with grandeur, music, and endless creativity. On September 18 of that year, a baby named Leon Askin, later known to the world as Leon Askin, was born into this cultural haven. It's no exaggeration to say that the artistic spirit of Vienna may have played a role in shaping the destiny of this future icon. Fans of Hogan's Heroes might only know him as the strict and opportunistic General Burkhalter, but Leon's story is one that stretches far beyond the screen. Starting in the bustling heart of Austria's cultural landscape, growing up in Vienna meant that Askin was immersed in the arts from a young age. Vienna was not just a city but a hub of innovation, home to world-class composers, groundbreaking thinkers like Freud, and a thriving theater scene that would inspire anyone with even the faintest creative spark. For Leon, this environment became the foundation of his lifelong passion. By the 1920s, that passion had turned into action. In 1926, he took to the stage for the first time, marking the beginning of a journey that would one day captivate audiences around the globe. But Leon Askin wasn't content to simply act. By the 1930s, he began performing in cabaret theaters, spaces renowned for their daring, often provocative performances. These shows weren't just about entertainment, they were platforms for sharp political and social commentary. Imagine Leon, with his commanding stage presence and biting wit, delivering performances that weren't just funny but thought-provoking. He would make people laugh one moment and challenge their beliefs the next. Audiences were captivated, and critics praised his ability to balance intellect with humor, making him a standout figure in cities like Vienna, Dusseldorf, and Paris. This period of his life has since been celebrated by fans and historians alike. Social media threads and forums dedicated to Leon's legacy often bring up his cabaret years as a testament to his courage and artistic integrity. Leon Askin was fearless, one fan wrote on Twitter. He wasn't just an actor, he was a voice for change. The media, too, has often highlighted this chapter of his life, pointing out how cabaret became a form of rebellion during an era when the freedom to express dissent was quickly disappearing. Even today, his early performances resonate with younger generations. Fans on YouTube have shared clips of similar cabaret acts, marveling at how these daring performances pushed boundaries in the face of rising political oppression. "It's amazing to think about how Leon's journey started," one commenter noted. "He wasn't just entertaining people, he was standing up for what he believed in." Leon's connection to his audience during these years set the tone for his future as an actor. The ability to make people feel, whether through laughter, thought, or empathy, became the hallmark of his career. It's no wonder that, decades later, fans would still talk about how his characters on screen carried that same depth and charisma. Family and World War II. Askin's life took a heartbreaking yet transformative turn with the rise of the Nazis and the devastating annexation of Austria. This was a period that not only reshaped history but also fundamentally altered the trajectory of his own journey. Once a promising actor thriving on European stages, Leon Askin found himself stripped of his home, his freedom, and the family life he had cherished. During World War II, Leon was interned in France, where he was labeled as an enemy alien, a cruel irony given that he had fled the Nazi regime. The internment was a harrowing experience, forcing Askin to confront the grim reality of persecution and displacement. Yet, even in the face of such despair, his resilience shone through. In 1940, realizing the urgency of his situation, Leon made the courageous and life-altering decision to immigrate to the United States, escaping the German invasion of France by a narrow margin. This move not only saved his life but allowed him to eventually rebuild a career that would touch the hearts of millions. Tragically, Leon's escape came at an unimaginable personal cost. His parents, who had remained behind in Austria, were deported to the Theresienstadt concentration camp. The news of their fate, their lives stolen by the horrors of the Holocaust, was a devastating revelation that left an indelible mark on him. This profound loss fueled his drive, instilling in him a determination to honor their memory through his work and his actions. Once in the United States, Leon didn't merely survive, he found ways to contribute to the very fight against the oppressive regime that had uprooted his life. He enlisted in the U.S. Army Air Force, where his talents took on a new purpose. Rising to the rank of technical sergeant, Askin used his creative abilities to write orientation materials for soldiers heading overseas. These materials weren't just instructional, they carried the weight of someone who had lived through the devastation of war, making them deeply impactful. Becoming an American citizen during his military service marked another significant chapter in Leon's life. It was a symbol of his resilience and his ability to adapt and thrive, even in the face of unimaginable loss. For Leon, this wasn't just a new nationality, it was a chance to stand against tyranny and contribute to the liberation of the world from fascism. Today, this chapter of Askin's life resonates deeply with fans and historians alike. Many reflect on his extraordinary resilience and courage, often sharing their admiration on social media. Leon Askin wasn't just an actor, he was a survivor and a hero, one fan commented on Instagram. Documentaries and retrospectives about his life frequently highlight his military contributions, emphasizing how he turned personal tragedy into a force for good. Even decades later, his story inspires audiences around the world. In forums and fan discussions, people often marvel at how Leon Askin managed to rise above such devastating circumstances to achieve greatness. As one YouTube fan eloquently put it, he lost everything but still found a way to fight back, not with weapons, but with his talent and his resilience. That's what makes Leon Askin a true legend. Career and achievements. Let's talk about the incredible second act of Leon Askin's life, one that transformed him from a wartime survivor into a celebrated figure of theater and film. After the war, Leon wasted no time in returning to his first love, performing. It was as if the stage and screen were calling him back, providing the perfect platform for his unmatched talents and his unyielding spirit. He didn't just pick up where he left off, he blazed new trails as both an actor and director, earning widespread acclaim for his work on Broadway and in Washington, D.C. Civic Theater. Audiences were drawn to Leon's magnetic presence. His ability to inhabit a role and make it entirely his own left theatergoers in awe. Critics frequently praised his performances as transformative, noting his unique blend of European sophistication and raw emotional power. It wasn't long before Hollywood came calling. In 1952, a scout from Columbia Pictures saw something extraordinary in Leon and offered him a role in Assignment, Paris. This pivotal moment wasn't just the start of Leon's Hollywood career, it was the start of a legend. Hollywood in the 1950s was a competitive world, but Leon Askin stood out. Over the course of his career, he amassed more than 60 film credits, a staggering accomplishment that solidified his reputation as one of the industry's most versatile performers. He wasn't just another actor, he was a scene stealer, a master of bringing depth to every character he portrayed. His work alongside icons like Doris Day, Danny Kaye, and Gloria Swanson showcased his ability to elevate any production he was part of. Fans adored his charisma and range, often describing him as the man who could make you laugh, think, and cry, all in a single scene. The media of the time also recognized his brilliance. Columns in Hollywood magazines frequently highlighted Leon's performances, with one reviewer describing him as an actor who redefines what it means to command the screen. But it wasn't just critics and co-stars who appreciated his talent, his fans were equally captivated. Today, you'll find countless social media tributes and fan videos celebrating his work, from his Hollywood roles to his unforgettable moments on stage. One of Leon's most iconic roles, of course, was his portrayal of General Burkhalter in the beloved series Hogan's Heroes. This wasn't just a role, it was a defining moment in television history. Leon brought an incredible complexity to the character, transforming what could have been a one-dimensional antagonist into someone audiences couldn't help but love watching. Burkhalter was stern yet amusing, calculating yet oddly endearing. And that was all thanks to Leon's skill in crafting a performance that was as layered as it was entertaining. The role made him a household name, and fans adored him for it. General Burkhalter was the character you love to hate, one fan shared on a YouTube tribute. But Leon Askin made him unforgettable. No one else could have done it better. Reddit threads dedicated to Hogan's Heroes frequently mention how Leon's theatrical background gave Burkhalter a larger-than-life quality. He made Burkhalter human, one fan commented. You saw the humor, the flaws, and the authority all at once. Even decades after Hogan's Heroes ended, Leon's portrayal remains one of the show's standout performances. Fan conventions and retrospectives often highlight his contribution to the series, and his scenes are some of the most replayed moments and reruns in fan edits online. Media outlets continue to celebrate his work, with headlines like, "Leon Askin, the man who made General Burkhalter a legend," appearing in nostalgic pieces about classic television, marriage and relationships. Leon Askin's personal life wasn't just a footnote to his career, it was a story of love, resilience, and adventure that continues to captivate fans and spark admiration to this day. Among the most significant chapters of his private life were his two key relationships, which shaped not only the man behind the actor but also the trajectory of his international career. After parting ways with his first wife, Mimi, in 1955, Leon found companionship and love with Anneliese Erik, a relationship that had been growing since 1952. Their bond was more than just a typical romance, it was a meeting of minds and hearts, marked by shared dreams and mutual respect. Their marriage, far from being a simple affair, unfolded as a grand and symbolic journey through some of Europe's most iconic cities. Picture this: Leon and Anneliese embarking on an extraordinary wedding journey, traveling through Salzburg, Vienna, and Hamburg. It wasn't just a series of destinations, it was a celebration of love and ambition intertwined. Each city added its own unique charm to their story. Salzburg, with its breathtaking alpine beauty, must have provided a serene backdrop for the couple to reflect on their future. Vienna, steeped in culture and personal significance for Leon as his birthplace, was likely an emotional stop, reconnecting him to his roots. Hamburg, bustling and sophisticated, served as a fitting culmination of their travels, a city full of opportunity and promise. But this wasn't just a honeymoon, it was a career-defining moment. Along this journey, Leon received numerous film offers, a testament to his growing influence and demand in the global entertainment industry. For fans, this paints an incredible picture: an actor at the height of his charm, celebrating his personal life while simultaneously being recognized for his artistic brilliance. It's no wonder that this chapter in his life feels almost cinematic in itself. Fans today often marvel at this unique wedding journey. Social media platforms like Twitter and YouTube are filled with comments from admirers who are inspired by the romance and grandeur of this story. One fan shared, "Leon Askin didn't just live, he embraced life like a true artist. Even his wedding was an adventure." Others have pointed out how rare it is to see someone seamlessly blend personal milestones with professional achievements, calling his story a perfect example of living life with passion and purpose. Media outlets at the time couldn't get enough of the charming couple. Either magazine headlines celebrated Leon and Anneliese's wedding tour as a testament to their adventurous spirit and Leon's magnetic presence, which seemed to draw opportunities wherever he went. Even today, retrospectives on Leon's life often highlight this journey as a beautiful example of how his personal and professional lives were so deeply interconnected. Their relationship became a source of strength for Leon as he continued to build his career. Anneliese wasn't just his wife, she was his partner in every sense of the word, offering support and companionship as he navigated the highs and lows of the entertainment industry. Fans often comment on how their story reflects the themes of love and resilience that Leon so often portrayed in his work. "You can tell Leon drew from his real-life experiences to bring depth to his characters," one fan noted in a YouTube tribute. His love for Anneliese must have inspired him in ways we can only imagine. Later years and literary contributions. The 1980s, Leon Askin stepped into what many might call the autumn of his life, but for him, it was a period of quiet reflection and renewed creativity. While some may have chosen to retreat from the spotlight at his age, Askin embraced this chapter with the same passion and vigor that defined his entire career. This was a time of exploration, where he traded the bustling pace of the film sets for the thoughtful solitude of the writer's desk. In 1989, Leon released his deeply personal book, Quietude and Quest. The title alone captures the essence of this era in his life. Quietude reflected the introspection and calm he found after decades of a demanding career, while Quest symbolized his unrelenting desire to seek new truths and share his wisdom with the world. The book was not just a memoir, it was a window into his soul. Fans and readers were moved by his honesty and the poetic way he conveyed his reflections on life, loss, resilience, and creativity. Readers and admirers from around the world poured out their reactions. Reading Leon Askin's book felt like sitting down for a heart-to-heart conversation with a legend, one fan wrote in a YouTube tribute. Another commented, "His words have so much depth. You can feel his journey through every chapter." The book continues to inspire fans today, often discussed in online forums and social media as a timeless masterpiece that goes far beyond a typical celebrity memoir. But Leon's creativity didn't stop with writing. Even in his 70s, he was pushing boundaries and seeking out new experiences. In 1985, Askin took on a new challenge that left his fans both surprised and inspired. He starred in a Japanese film. This project was more than just another acting credit, it was a testament to his adventurous spirit and his belief that art transcends language and culture. Imagine Leon, a veteran actor from Europe, stepping onto a set in Japan, immersing himself in a completely different filmmaking style and culture. This bold move introduced Askin to a whole new audience and added another fascinating chapter to his storied career. Fans across the globe celebrated his versatility, with many praising his courage to continually challenge himself. Leon Askin proved that age is just a number, a fan tweeted. His work in Japan shows how truly global his talent was. The media, too, took notice, calling him a cultural ambassador for his ability to bridge artistic worlds. Then came a moment that held both professional and personal significance for Leon, his permanent return to Vienna in 1993. For a man whose journey began in this city decades earlier, coming back to Vienna wasn't just about geography, it was about reconnecting with his roots and the cultural heartbeat of his identity. Fans in Austria were thrilled to welcome him home, seeing it as a poetic full-circle moment. Even in his later years, Leon didn't slow down. In Vienna, he continued to contribute to the arts through occasional theater and film work while also taking on cultural projects that celebrated the creative spirit of the city. He became more than just an actor, he was a cultural icon, embodying resilience, passion, and a lifelong commitment to the arts. Media coverage of his return highlighted the significance of his homecoming. One headline declared, "Leon Askin, Vienna's cultural treasure returns home," while local fans expressed their excitement through letters and interviews. Even today, fan-made documentaries and retrospectives often include his return to Vienna as one of the most touching and symbolic chapters of his life. For his admirers, this later phase of Leon Askin's life adds yet another layer to his already extraordinary legacy. His ability to adapt, to find new ways to create, and to inspire even in his later years is a lesson for us all. Whether through his writing, his work in Japan, or his contributions to Vienna's cultural scene, Leon continued to prove that creativity knows no bounds. Death and legacy. Leon Askin's later years in Vienna were a bittersweet yet profound conclusion to a life filled with art, resilience, and passion. Residing in an elderly care facility in the affluent district of Doblaing, he spent his final days surrounded by the rich cultural history of the city that had shaped his early years. For a man whose life had been marked by incredible highs and unimaginable challenges, these years were a time of reflection, peace, and the recognition of his remarkable journey. At the age of 93, Leon received one of the highest honors of his life when the President of Austria awarded him the title of Professional Professor. This prestigious recognition wasn't just an accolade, it was a celebration of his lifelong contributions to the arts and a testament to the respect and admiration he had garnered both in Austria and around the world. For Leon, who had been forced to flee his homeland decades earlier, this honor symbolized a homecoming of the most meaningful kind. It was Austria's way of acknowledging not just the artist, but the resilient spirit of a man who had endured and thrived. Fans were deeply moved by this recognition. Across social media and fan forums, tributes poured in to celebrate the man who had given so much to the world of entertainment. Leon Askin's recognition as a professor is so fitting, one fan wrote on Twitter. His art wasn't just about performance, it was about storytelling, resilience, and the human experience. Videos commemorating this moment began to circulate on YouTube, with many commenters expressing admiration for his journey. This man lived through some of history's darkest times and still managed to bring light to the world. One user noted the media also paid homage to Leon's legacy, with headlines in Austria and beyond highlighting his achievements. Vienna's sun returns, one article read, celebrating his final years in the city that had been both his starting point and his sanctuary. Documentaries aired retrospectives on his life, detailing his journey from a young actor in Vienna to an internationally recognized icon. Despite his advancing age, Leon's impact didn't wane. Fans in younger generations discovered his work through reruns of Hogan's Heroes and discussions about his extraordinary life on social platforms. Many expressed their awe at how a man who had faced such hardship managed to channel his experiences into timeless performances. Leon passed away peacefully on June 3, 2005, at the remarkable age of 97. His departure marked the end of a life well lived but not the end of his influence. Fans around the world mourned his loss but celebrated his legacy, sharing clips of his iconic performances, reviews of his book Quietude in Quest, and heartfelt messages about the impact he had on their lives. One particularly touching tribute came from a fan on Instagram, who wrote, "Leon Askin didn't just act, he inspired. His life was a masterpiece, and we're all lucky to have been part of it through his work, and so, we bid farewell to the man who gave us General Burkhalter, a character we loved to loathe but couldn't help admiring." Leon Askin's story is a testament to the power of perseverance, talent, and the enduring spirit of a man who turned his passion for performance into a legacy that transcends generations. Whether it was his memorable moments on Hogan's Heroes or his contributions to theater and film across continents, Askin's impact is nothing short of extraordinary. Thank you for joining us on this journey through his remarkable life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about the legends of stage and screen. See you next time.